I was born in LA in the 70s, and there's something about post-60s LA, pre-paparazzi LA. There's like this perfect, idyllic, hippie meets suburban vibe. My parents were big dreamers and liberal and hippies, and I had friends that were kind of from everywhere and looked like everything. Our household was always filled with artists, directors, writers, actors, musicians. My dad was also working on albums my whole childhood, from his own to Michael Jackson's to the Brothers Johnson to George Benson. Michael was so sweet. I think when he made Off the Wall, he was in his early 20s, and he was just like a kid. So he was sort of our relative. He would come over to our house all the time. He'd bring his snake, Muscles. He's just like a big kid with a lot more talent than we had. When I was 11 or 12, I was a little chubby and a little awkward, and I owned a computer before it was cool to own a computer. Remember when it was like really, really nerdy to own a computer? That's when I owned one. And I spent a lot of time on my computer, and I wasn't really being chased by boys. So I just tried to make people laugh, and I just became the sidekick who would just be the go-between for the hot guys and the hot girls. My sister and I were obsessed with the movie Grease, and we used to listen to that record nonstop. We would listen to the entire record, and then we would just scratch the needle all the way back to the beginning without picking it up. And at a certain point, my dad was about to lose his mind, so he just walked in our room one day, picked up the record, and just broke it over his knee and walked out. I did not want to be in entertainment in any way, and that was for sure a conscious choice of rebellion. I wanted to be either the president of the United States, a judge, a lawyer, something in politics. Most kids want to run away with their rock band and travel the world, and I wanted to be a judge. So, so there you go, nature nurture. But I actually didn't really consider it as an option as a career because it felt really extracurricular to me. It took me till I was a teenager to, in college, to really understand it was something I wanted to do for a living. I was, from a very early age, seriously devoted to Saturday Night Live. The church lady was my favorite, and at my 7th grade birthday party, I made everybody stop dancing so I could do my imitation of the church lady over the amp. It was really nerdy, super nerdy. Northern Southern California has weird beef. They almost could be two separate states. I love them both for such different reasons. Northern California is the more grown-up sibling who's in college and studying the great philosophers, and Southern California is more discovering new bands and hanging out at the beach. But I like both, I want to be both.